So just to do a reminder of our plan and our layout, we've got 3 entrances coming into the site. We've got a footpath that runs all the way around the site as a circular route, an area of lawn and 3 areas of planting. So we've got our main back border here, a main focus bed here, and then we've got boundary planting here, which will let views come into the site. So if I start off on the boundary planting, so there's the colour palette. So it's keeping it quite light, the colour palette here, thinking about it's more reflective of Nuki, bluish, neutral colour structure, movement in the grasses. All the planting has been chosen to have a long season of interest and to have a wildlife value for you as well, which was really important. So in here, some of this planting, for example, the red hot poker and the Nephofia, you'll see is dotted throughout the scheme. And just as a reminder, this is sort of our mood board of how we want our colours to be. So we have 3 different grasses, miscanthus, and panicum, which are 2 deciduous grasses, and then we have Stipa tenuatissima, which is an evergreen grass, and then we have this looks like a grass, the Libertia, but actually has flowers, but it's a nice evergreen. And then woven all the way through here, we've got the salvia, which flowers for a really long time, fantastic pollinator. The same with the Nepeta, the same with the Goria. And then we've got the sea holly, which is quite a dramatic foliage on the sea holly. And then we've also, the other grass we've got is the Pennisetum red buttons. So just a really simple palette which will go between the posts. You'll get movement with the grasses moving, you'll get views in, so you've got the grasses, but you've also got the colour interest coming all the way through and the views in. So from there, we go onto the back border. So this is the border that leads all the way around here. So we've got the tall wall behind it, so it enables us to have some bigger planting, some structural planting, and have a little bit of fun as well with some of our plant choices. As you can see from the colour palette, we're going hot, we're going fiery. So to just talk through a few of the plants to you. So we've got evergreen structure with the Acanthus mollis Hollard's gold. This is looking absolutely amazing now. Big leaf, sort of a lime green yellowy leaf, keeps its leaves all year round. Does really well, because obviously the other thing we need to think about is the environment we've got here. We need plants to be tough and tolerant of salt winds. That's picked up. We've got the Choisia tenita Sundance, which again has that lovely yellow foliage, and that has a beautiful scented flower. And these are sort of evergreen. We then have sort of some fire coming through using cornus. Now we've chosen these for their winter stems, so these will be cut down every year, and then the new growth you get this beautiful stem colour. So one's a red, one's a bicolour, and then that one, sorry, it's a deep purple. So just adding that vertical interest in the winter. We've got a fabulous, it's called smoke bush, Catinus. So we're keeping on the fire, the theme of the old fire station. And when that flowers, it's like clouds of smoke coming out. It's really beautiful. And then we're picking up some of our texture with some of the coloured grasses. And then we're weaving these through with some long flowering. We've got the Achillea terracotta, which starts, it changes colour, it goes from yellow to apricot. Also Alströmeri Indian Summer, beautiful, really fiery colours, flowers. It starts flowering generally in May and it'll flower till probably November. And if I talk through some of the other plants with you, We then go on, we've got some crocosmias, but these are well behaved crocosmias. Some of them can be a little bit invasive. Two that I use a lot, one is Ember Glow and the other one's Lucifer, which is a nice tall one to use at the back of the border. So we're going high and then we're coming down low at the front. And we also want the sense of enclosure when you're in the garden, that it feels like a space, but we want to keep the views as well and not to feel hemmed in with the planting. We've got the broom, lovely yellow flower. We've got some interesting euphorbias. This is a nice ground cover. Then the Wolfenii is flowering now. You'll see it around Newquay, and just coming into bud now is the honey scented euphorbia. And by its name, it smells of honey. It grows to about 1.5 meters tall. Then I've used fennel, which again, you've got that lovely sort of smoky feel to it. Underneath the cotinus, we're using Hakananaloa grass, which has a beautiful texture to it, loves the shade, has a really nice movement. And then we're bringing in the Fophia again. We're bringing in the grasses with the red tinges on the top and the Helenium. And again, this changes as it ages, it changes colour. So you've got it coming from reds through to yellows. Using a few more Nephophias, we've got Red Hot Popsicle, we've also got Rupri, which flowers sort of later in the season, and that's really big and bold, keeping the theme of keeping some of the grasses, some of the vertical elements, and also linking those through with phormiums, so you've got the coloured stems in the phormiums as well. Nandina, Sacred Bamboo, really nice vertical element. You've got berries over the winter. Phlomis, again, really nice evergreen ground cover, but actually it flowers for about a month over the summer, and it has beautiful seeds heads on it, so over the winter it's actually quite architectural. And then more interest with that's a tall flower in Rudbeckia, which will be at the back of the border, which is weaving through the Stipa gigantea, and then at the front of the border, which links, is the Stipa tenuatissima that we've used at the front planting. So it links, and there's a continuity between all the beds. And then moving on to the main border. This is the main focus border. This is Peggy's tree here, so a really prime position in the bed. I've left areas around the edge. This is for seasonal and community planting, and also around here, around the edges, just so you can enhance that, and that's obviously really important to you. So again, if we look at the colour palette, you see we're matching the colour palette through. Also using some herbs here which you've used before. So there's some continuity with the planting, so there's some repetition. So we've got the Achillea, the Alstroemeria, we've got the Crocosmia, Ember Glow and Lucifer, but then we're introducing another one called Fire, sort of Fire Big Top, and also George Davidson, which is a yellowy orange flower. And then with the herbs, we've got the calendula, which you can eat. We've got lemon balm. We've got salvia. I've used rhubarb for some fun and to go under the tree, so you've got the shade. Also, there was a lemon balm and thyme. So you've got your different herbs going on. Then alongside, we've got some later flowering dahlias, and again, really fire colours. And using the colour in the grasses, which will link back through the other borders but give you that evergreen colour. Amorphella, we're all introducing a slightly different grass there. That's evergreen and has a beautiful autumn colour, so it goes very, very orangey. Using the Hakananaloa again under Peggy's tree because it likes the shade, and then bringing in some yellow with the Inula. Phlomis again that we used in the other bed, so it all feels like one planting scheme, but actually it very much changes as you walk around it as well. and then using just the standard fennel there. So we're using the fennel, but you've got a different colour to it, but linking in with the same theme.